So I think we often forget how important it is to kind of check up on our friends and totally people who surround us, because we don't even know how much of an impact they have on our lives and on our even self-esteem and behavior. And I think it's really important to know that everybody you're talking to has a certain impact on how others will perceive you, because you will reflect their behavior in some way, either it be a positive or negative one, where you will still have something changed after talking to a certain person. And it's extremely important to make sure that your friends are not somebody you're afraid to become. I think that thing that if you're talking to four billionaires, you'll become fifth, and if you're talking to for stupid people, you'll become fifth. And I think it should be really applied on life, because I think when you have 20 friends, which I don't think is really nice thing to have, but if you do, good for you. But still, you have 20 friends, and you should be really, really careful with who do you talk to, because I'm sure you would not want to be like all of them. So you have to choose only people you're looking up to in some way. So you look at them and you may adore some things about them, and you can learn something from them. And I think it's a right goal of a friendship, that you exchange those things and you help each other. And when it comes to some toxic people, which are really, really hard to recognize, because they often look like somebody really nice, and then you just start having those icks and red flags that, oh, he's not acting that nice, and she's not giving me right attitude, I would say. And those are really hard to recognize from the first sight, and just to feel the difference. And as soon as you do, it's even harder to leave, because you're already attached, and you already it's always hard to kind of break up in friendships. And I think it's really something really underestimated, and we don't really talk about it too much and enough, I would say. But I think the really important thing about this is to be able to detach from people, even those who for 10 years, for 5 years. And I think as soon as you have those icks and those toxic kind of things, and or you realize they hate on other people too much, and it kind of it's giving something that it's not right. And I think it's really important to cut those people off, even though it will feel awful and it will be hard, it will be tough, and I promise you it would not be easy, because because you're already attached, and it's really, really hard to let go. But second promise I'll make, that it will be the best decision about this person you can make, because as soon as you get rid of them, even though it sounds not really nice, but you're harming yourself while you're with them, because you will reflect them in some way. And if you talk too much to a person who hates on other people, you will start hating all the other people as well, even though you may not really like it. You'll still somehow reflect or translate their visions, their opinions, their statements. And I think it's really important to recognize that thing, that you don't really like the person, or something about them is giving you that sneaky feeling that it should not be like that, and to detach, because you are hurting yourself in the moment you're talking to them, and you're hurting yourself every time. And I promise you're much, much more